Hi heathens! Today's video is going to be a hot, summery, get ready with me. I just realized that my glasses are dirty, how embarrassing. But I am just going to put on some light makeup, well, light face makeup, and something that I feel like would stand the test of the weather here, at least for a little while. So like this is, I'm going to use the Mirabella Eyeshadow Primer real quick. This is if I was about to just run to the grocery store, and I know that sounds extreme to be like, oh, it'll last through a grocery store trip. But you have to understand here, today is like one of the cooler days that we've had recently, and it's like 95, 96 out right now. So it doesn't take a lot of outside time, like going from the car to into the grocery store, or even being in the car waiting for the AC to get cool, which, you know, I know not everyone necessarily has that problem because not everyone's car is as old and, you know, dragging as mine. She's doing good, love her, but she does take a minute for the AC to get cool. So it does not take long for my makeup to start melting right off my face. So we're just gonna leave that at that. Now there is a product I want to try that I got a while back. And by a while back, I mean, I don't remember if I even put it in a video, but I had made a very, very small little haul purchase, whatever you want to call it, when I still had BoxyCharm in one of the pop-up shops, or mega pop-up, I don't remember what the names are now, but anyway, it was the like pop-up add-ons, whatever, and it was the Jason Wu Brows Before Boys eyebrow and hairline powder, and it is ash brown for blondes, but never green. So it's the 01 shade. I want to try this because I haven't, and I've had it for literally months. So yeah, let's toss this. And it does not come with a brush, which I think is interesting. Some people would prefer that. I don't mind if like little eyeshadow palettes like this, or excuse me, eyebrow palettes like this come with brushes, because chances are it's going to be a pretty decent brush. So I'm going to take this very small eyeshadow brush. I keep saying eyeshadow. Eyebrow brush from $1 Billion Brows. And this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to tap into this middle shade, which does look like it could lean a little green. But I think it's probably going to be closest to my brow color because it's a little more like taupe. The smaller one beside it is a little more blonde, and then the other one's obviously a little more brown. So let's just give this a go, because I feel like a powder in the brows in the heat may last a little bit longer as long as you're not touching them. And I say may because I'm going to be honest with y'all, when it's hot like this and I have to go out, 9 times out of 10, I'm not putting on any makeup. I'm going to put on a little bit of sunscreen, probably a little bit of moisturizer, maybe, depending on how long I plan on being out, maybe even a little bit of powder to go ahead and set my oils, so that they aren't as prevalent. But I typically don't put on makeup. Now, when I would do, which I mean I still plan on doing at some point again, but the shop with me videos, I would usually throw in a little bit of makeup because it makes for a little more interest, and especially if I do a get ready with me in the beginning, I feel like it's a lot more interesting to watch. But realistically, if I'm just running to the grocery store, or even, you know, a few stores, like if I have to go to Dollar General for, I don't know, cough medicine, let's say, because that's something that I would go to Dollar General for before Food Lion, and then go to Food Lion to grab some groceries, then I'm probably not going to put on a whole lot of makeup if it feels like it does right now. So that's literally all I'm doing to my brows. Just filled them in a little bit. I almost said filled them in a hair. That was an unintentional almost pun. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm going to be taking first the Aether Beauty Desert Sun palette. And I'm just going to gently tap into, you know, the brown shade that I love so much, Desert Sand. The only reason I know which shades are which on this one is because the back where the names are, it also has the colors. So I'm going to take this, and I'm literally just putting it all over my eye and blending it up, because I am going to be putting something on top of it, a glitter. Because I want my eyes to pop. But I'm not going to be putting any other, like, shadows. So I'm literally just using this all over the eye to build a base, and then blending it out around the edges to make sure that it's not too harsh looking. I absolutely love this shade for, like, a one and done, or, like, a one in shimmer. It's literally like one of the perfect, like, brown orange shades. Gorgeous. I know the other day I said it's dumb to keep a palette for one shade. Thankfully I like some of the other shades, but, like, literally I would keep the palette for that shade. I would. I know I contradicted myself, but okay. So for the glitter, I'm going to be using the Profusion Cosmetics Topaz Gem little glitter palette, and it's got all of these different glitter shades in it. So one I'm going to be using is this one right over here, which I believe is the one that I used quite a while back for, like, fake glitter, fake glitter freckles. Try saying that 5 times fast. So I'm just going to take this on my finger and just pat it on my eyelid. Now, I find that this glitter does do a pretty good job of just kind of going onto the eye. I don't necessarily need a glitter glue or anything like that. Now, that being said, and I'll show you in a second, but there's probably going to be quite a bit of glitter still on my finger. And there is. So it also does not come off the eye as easily as it goes on. I am going to take just a teeny bit of this one, which is a little more yellow, and the other one's a little more like gold orange. I'm going to take just a little bit of that and go right onto the center. And then same thing on the other eye. Just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And now I'm going to try to get as much of the glitter off my finger as I can. And probably have glitter on my finger for the whole rest of the day. Which I already have glitter all over my hands. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera at all, because I took off my nail polish and it literally got glitter all over everything. Anyway, so what I would use for my face probably is, oh, I do want to prime. I do want to prime because it might help, if I can find the right one, my oils stay down. That's definitely not it. That's a body butter. Why is it over there with my primers? Well, I cannot seem to find the one that I was looking for, which was it's a mattifying primer. So let's just go with, this is a tried and true here. This is the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I'm sure you've seen me use this plenty of times before because it's a primer and a moisturizer all in one. So usually what I do is I just take a little bit on 2 fingers, then I take it across my 2 fingers and rub onto my other fingers, and then pat it down, and then rub it in. I'm trying to make sure I avoid rubbing across my brows, since they do have powder in them right now. So there's not a lot of glitter fallout on my face, but there is a little bit. So something to keep in mind. All right. I set it down when I started talking. Oh, here it is. It's a tinted moisturizer. It's the Believe Beauty. Ignore the fact that there's a giant price sticker on it, and mine's in the shade Porcelain. This is a brand that you can only find at Dollar General, and I think they stopped selling this. The foundation is great too, but I love the tinted moisturizer for just evening out the complexion and just making the skin look a little nicer. So I'm going to show you a close-up. I think I put a little too much on my hand, but I'm going to show you a close-up before we put anything on. Put my forehead in there, chin, and then I'll show you another close-up, you know, after the fact. So I'm just going to take my finger, kind of rub that around, and then just start applying. Now, again, this is a tinted moisturizer, so it's not meant to have like full coverage. It gives a decent amount of coverage as far as, you know, evening the skin tone and just making the skin look nice and soft, but not coverage in the sense of like someone's gonna look at you and be like, damn, that's a nice full coverage foundation. You know what I mean? How is my eyeshadow already creasing? Like, can you tell? Is it gonna focus? What is that about? Does anyone else have that problem? I know a lot of people have their eyeshadow crease. Yeah, I get that. Does anyone else have it crease that fast? Or with like primer and a, you know, decent enough brand and quality of eyeshadow? Because I would understand if that happened if I was using something like incredibly cheap. And I say that lightly because ColourPop is relatively cheap and e.l.f. is cheap. But I feel like their eyeshadows are also pretty good quality, considering the price especially, but just in general. Like, there are definitely ColourPop palettes that I would pick over some high-end palettes as far as color story and how they wear on me. I'm going to take a little bit of what's left on my hand just on the brush itself. Try to build up a little more coverage on this side. Because this is it's a tinted moisturizer, but a skin product that I do not feel the need to set in general. But if I was going to be spending extended periods of time outside, I probably would. So this is what we look like. With the moisturizer on. Then we're going to try a little bit of bronzing. So I'm going to take my Golden Soleil bronzer from JCat Beauty in the shade Coconut Island, which, if memory serves me correctly, is the lightest one that they have. And we are just going to gently take that right down here and sculpt the face a little bit. That's all we're doing as far as bronzer goes. Now, for mascara, I'm going to be using, I know you're sick of seeing it, I'm sorry, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, because this is one of my, like, swear by mascaras. It's not going anywhere. Of course, if you get, like, submerge your face in water or, like, start crying, or, like, if you're like me, because no waterproof mascara lasts through my crying. Then of course it'll start to flake or smudge or whatever. But like in general throughout the day, you're gonna come home and it's still gonna be on. Your eyelashes are still gonna look good. And it's funny because like a lot of these, because this is a big like name mascara. Everyone knows it. It's a decent price as far as like decently high. I think they retail for about $24. I just got that all under my lashes, but that was my fault, not the mascaras. Because I'm talking while doing it. So sometimes I feel like these mascaras are a little hyped up. Like, I like the Too Faced better than Sex, but not as much as this. Like, I feel like that mascara is a little overhyped. I wear it. I would never pay full price for it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And I feel like that's the case with some high-end mascaras. People want it for the name more so than what it does. And I feel like that's why some of Wander Beauty's mascaras get so slept on, because people kind of got sick of seeing the brand in all the subscription boxes, but it's so good. Like the Unlashed is incredible for just everyday wispy. They're there, but they're not like this Vavoom. Whereas the Mile High Club is Vavoom. And I feel like they're about the same price. But you have your Tarte and your Too Faced, and everyone knows those brands, and, you know, they're kind of like hailed as these big beauty brands. So I feel like they get a little more attention. And this one deserves it. I think all of the Tarte ones that I've tried, with the exception of Big Ego, again, I like it, but it's not my favorite, not something I'd buy full price, have been really good. That one and this Gifted Amazonian Clay are my, like, favorites for Tarte. Anyway, I'm going to quit talking about mascara now and go to lips. I'm going to be using, it was one of my, I don't remember what I named the video, but I found KVD dupe lipsticks on Amazon, and this is shade 1 from that pack. It's just like a nice pink. I haven't used this one yet, but I thought it would be nice for this look. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now, you're probably watching this and going, Sunny, did you forget about highlighter? Because you haven't put any on yet. No, I did not. And I'm going to be using, I think this one, the Rare Beauty Outshine Liquid Luminizer. This is a gold. Gorgeous. Look at the size of that doe foot, though. Okay. So what I do with this one is I'm just going to pat it onto my finger, because as you can tell, I'm sure, it's very bright. So we're just going to take a little bit like that, and then start taking my finger and tapping it out. Because we don't want any harsh lines or harsh circles from where we put it down. Look at me saying we, like y'all are like, oh yeah, let me do it. So same thing on the other side, except I'm going to take my other ring finger so that it's easier to get on this side. I think I got a little bit too much on this side. That's okay, because we're going to make it work. So just take my finger, and I do keep my middle finger on top for some stability. Yeah, I definitely got a little more on that side than I did that side. That's okay. I'm gonna take whatever's left on my finger and kind of go down my nose. And that's gonna be it, guys. I'm going to set it, and then that's gonna be my look. So let's take the Tula Skincare Signature Glow Refreshing and Brightening Face Mist. And that's going to be it. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see more of my content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.